Hey there, guys. This is kind of a vlog thing for me. Um, and as you can tell by the title is Epiphany. Well, Epiphany. Um, I usually don't really discuss religion or the fantastic, to be honest, because it's something that I don't really stray towards because it's something that everyone has their own personal view of, and I don't really like to intrude on. Yeah, I'll ask like if they're agnostic, atheist, Christian, um, but that's about it, to be honest, because everyone's entitled to their own opinion. The last few weeks have taught me things, and definitely made me question the nature of life, to be honest. Well, not nature of life, but time and the grand plan, the scheme of things. As I think that how stuff works, if people viewing are familiar with the string theory, basically, it's every choice you make creates a new string, aka a new universe, and that's being born. And well, to be exact, every string has is consistent of different outcomes of existence. For example, humanity doesn't exist in one. The other one, humanity is a bat creature thing, like of Star Wars. Other one could be with silicone base. However, there's also this theory that there's miniature strings, which is based upon causal effects, in which every choice affects an outcome. For example, like Hitler was freaking emperor of Earth in another one, and I think that personally does exist because I believe that the universe is blocked together, as in piece by piece by piece, like kind of like a wall of dominoes. And I think that is certainly what physics is gonna teach us in the future. However, I believe that destiny or precautioned events, predestined, preordained events happen because it's really odd. I have to say this because it's part of what happened, to be honest. My mum basically knocked the back of her head at her job on a steel girder, and afterwards she had a severe concussion, which makes you feel sick. It induces miniature like strokes and other things like sickness and nausea. And what happened was my stepfather called out a doctor, and this doctor turns around and says, "Yeah, make sure everything's sorted out by the morning, and we'll have her visited because it could be blood in the brain, um, or it could be anything like severe migraine." And that doctor, who, like a lot of doctors in England, could have easily laid her off. However, he called the ambulance and she went there. Yes, it was quite serious what she had at the time, in which she couldn't remember her birthday or details such as that. This leads to what happened, and what happened was on the MRI scan she took to check if there's bleeding, the doctors found a large mass on the brain. They didn't know particularly where it was because the detailing of the MRI was not the best thing. But what happened afterwards, it was found out that she had a large tangerine-shaped tumour on her left side above her ear. And the Professor Crookshanks, fantastic guy. I owe him so much from the bottom of my heart, to be honest. My family do, my family and friends do. He turned around and said, I do not understand this. I do not understand how you were there and now you're here, because that's just almost impossible. And that made me question, is someone as specialised as Professor Cruikshank truly shocked with the idea and the notion that preordained events actually happen? It's a thing to think about, because we go along life and then suddenly something happens and you think of the possibilities, and it's just phenomenal. You just do not realise how much fate has stacked up and just dealt a hand and said, yeah, basically this has happened and everything is like this. And I just find stuff like that staggering. So afterwards, because I've been in and out of hospital pretty much in hospital visiting for the past month, it made me think about things, and it made me think about my life. And originally, before I went to uni to do English literature, I was going to do nursing. Well, technically biology. And I was talking to a nurse about 2 weeks ago about how to become a nurse and that, just generally out of interest, because I found out she went to Worcester as well, nursing, because that's the university I'm at as well. And she turned around and says, yeah, just do that. And then something kind of clicked, and as you can tell by the title, and I had an epiphany. An epiphany is a crystallizing moment in which everything kind of just makes absolute sense, you know, the course of how it's going to play out and how everything is going to be is just suddenly completely in reach and in focus and just there, and you know it's going to happen. And I've decided that after I do my literature degree, I'm going to become a nurse. I originally strayed off it because a dear friend of mine died, and we were both going to be in medicine and stuff. And it's weird. I don't know many people have actually had the same experience, but after what happened, I cannot face it, just because it reminded me so much of her and what could have been and what didn't happen. So I put it aside. And sometimes, especially before 2 weeks ago, I thought it was a consequence. However, now I believe it's fate and destiny that's led me to this point in which I just know what's going to happen, what the outcome is, and how and what I'm going to be. So I really want random YouTubers and stuff to comment, have you had a moment like this, which is literally just one little thing has happened and it's just 180 your life. and just everything, the choices you make and or made were just crystallizing. You just knew you had to do it, and then you reflect on what happened, and it was just the right thing to do. It's something I really am curious about in general, because it's just something, to be honest. It makes you think about the grand scheme of things and how helpless we are, in honesty. But we're not helpless to the extent that we're puppets, but we are given a new chance, a new life almost. And I think that's incredible sometimes. Or that's the way destiny works, to be honest. Um, Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, it was more of a deeper video per usual, because it's just something I needed to get off my chest in general, to be honest. Because it's kind of been bugging me, and I've been talking about it with my family with it, and my close friends. But still, it's so bamboozling. Thanks, guys. Take care.